team, man, they played hard, threw the kitchen sink at us, but we knew they would. I mean, that's what the tape said. So, good luck, Preston. See, there you go, buddy. Good luck. But man, I'm proud of the guys. I mean, we hung in there. We fought. You felt like the next series was going to be the one that we were going to get the upper hand, and we did. You know, it's not easy to hang in a game like that where there's things that aren't going perfect. But at the end of the day, when we need it most, man, guys showed up. You know, Goff showed up, St. Brown showed up, Hutch showed up, Gibbs showed up, O-line, D-line. Man, our coverage aspect, rocking those guys, getting Reed back. Anyway, it was just, man, it wasn't perfect. There are things to clean up, certainly. Came down to the wire, had to win in overtime, but I'll take that win. That's a good win.
What can you say about Gibbs, just the impact that he has week after week and big play after big play, Dan?
He's electric. He's electric, you know, and he's a game changer. Now, I'm going to give credit to that O-line because I thought they really dug in today and did a good job. And receivers, as always, you know, you don't get those knockout runs unless your receivers are blocking. But Gibbs, he's electric, and man, when he found a crease, he was going to the house. This was not about first downs and, you know, picking up a few yards or explode. I mean, this guy's going to the house, and he's got the juice to make it happen. He's got vision. He's a difference maker. So he was, I mean, he bailed us out today in a big way.
On the overtime run specifically, like, what's just going through your mind the second you see him find a little bit of a crease? Like
He's gone. You know, and really that's why you're hoping it's like, all right, man, he finds a crease here. And sure enough, he did. And it was well blocked, and it didn't take much for him. You get a hat on a hat, and he's going to find it, and then he's got home run speed. So it's a good job all the way around hanging in there. You know, there again, good win. It's a good win. It's not perfect, but listen, we'll take it.
Is that going to be coming up clutch, Jake Bates with the field goal? You know, obviously
yeah, big kick. That was a big kick. That was big time, you know. And, I mean, you know, and for him, he's there again, man, he's clutch. I mean, he just, when we need him most, he goes out there and he makes the kick for us. You know, that's not an easy kick. I mean, I don't know what that was, 60 yards, somewhere in there. So, but to have to go out there and ensure that we're able to get this in overtime, that's a big kick, man. And it took a lot of our guys making big time plays in critical moments, you know. And for some of the things that didn't go well, those were the things that did go right, and that's what wins in this league.
What did you take us inside the headset in overtime? And basically, was it going to be Gibbs all day? Was it going to end with Gibbs in your mind, that drive?
It was going to be him somewhere in there. For sure. I wanted to lean on him, but I was going back and forth on who exactly we may start with, you know. But I had a good feeling, I think we all did, about Gibbs. You know, you could feel it today, and we were blocking him pretty good. It was a good job, and he finished it.
Times, you know, guys coming up big. I mean, maybe it wasn't the cleanest game start to finish, but when you needed it, your biggest players, your most important players came up with big-time plays. What does that say about your team and about those guys? That moment comes and they deliver.
Well, I mean, that's our guys, right? I mean, that's the core of our group here. That's why we have the guys that we have, because they are resilient. And even when we're off just a little bit, you know, when we need it most, those guys can resort back to their training, man, just stay in the moment, and man, you're about to get my best rep, you know, and it's competitive, and they believe they can will it to happen, and they make plays, man, and no different than what Hutch did there at the end of the game. That was a huge fourth down when we needed it. So that's our guys, man. I trust our guys.
Giants gave up some passing plays in the game, but came up big there at the end in regulation to give Bates a chance there, and then obviously in overtime too. Just talk about the effort there on those two series specifically to give you guys a chance, even though maybe it wasn't their perfect day.
Yeah, well, number one, the protection was good, man. Those guys up front did a heck of a job, and gave Goff a minute to see it. And then just his procedure in 2 minutes, I thought was great. He did a really good job. And there again, guys made plays, man. They stepped up. We made plays, got ourselves in position. We would like to finish that without it going in overtime if we could. We'd like to try to get in position where we could score a touchdown, but didn't quite get there fast enough. That's all right, man. You do what you got to do with the time that you're given or what you got left, and then Bates finished it out for us. But it was good. Those guys were on the same page. Saint made some big plays for us. And there again, Goff, he ran the show,
Defense coming up with a few stops there in overtime and in the end there to be huge for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, big time. What they were able to do. I mean, that stop before we got the ball back was huge, down there in the red zone. I mean, that was huge. That's what gave us a chance. I already had to use 2 of my timeouts. And so you don't want to say it's over, but it becomes very, very difficult. You got to score in a hurry, and you got to get an onside kick. Whereas that changed the whole game with that stop. So defense once again stepped up for us. And look, there's things we can clean up. I know that, but there was a number of things that we got thrown our way that we adjusted to. We got hit on. They're not always going to all be that way, but there again, when we needed it most, man, those guys stepped up.
After the 2-minute drill, can you explain what happened after the spike that led to the timeout?
Yeah, so just, man, the headset communicate. I don't know what happened with that. To be honest with you, I just know I couldn't get to him. So I don't know if something happened. I don't know. The procedure of what goes on from me to him to it was just one of those oddball weird deals where thank God it didn't cost us to where I had to use it.
Were you relieved they didn't get field goal there late in regulation?
Was I relieved? Well, I think the big thing was we couldn't give up a touchdown, for sure, because as long as we could keep it within one score, you're good to go. But yeah, I mean, I'll take anything I can get. We thought they would probably go for it. I mean, he went for it a number of times. He did that with Green Bay last week too, and that was a big stop. So. Look, anything's going to help. Any 4th down stop, I'm going to feel good, right? And you're going to feel relieved. You feel better, because certainly you don't have to go the distance anymore. You're trying to win the game, but you're just trying to get in position where you can at least tie it and go finish it in overtime.
The big plays that they hit, why were they just able to hit some of those explosives so consistently?
Well, there again, there was a number of gadgets they threw at us that got us. Some of it, man, he was able to kind of worm his way out of there, and that's what Winston does, man. He's pretty strong, and he was able to kind of get out of there, and then all of a sudden, man, it's on, and the play gets really, really long. A couple of those, we had a couple of guys run into each other, and you got receivers running downfield, and Winston's going to throw it out there now. He's just going to lay it up. Some of it we were a little more pressure than we have in areas, and so now you're a little bit. You can be a little bit bare on the back end. You got to get to him, and we weren't able to quite get to him fast enough in some things, and so now you're getting strung out on the back end. And look, I thought Winston played an outstanding game. I thought he played a really, really big-time game, and made a ton of throws, and that's what he's capable of. That's what he can do. I thought he played out of his mind. So, that's there again. There's things we can clean up, but you're not always going to see that every week or get that every week. And those guys, boy, they came in to win this game, and we knew they would. They came in fighting. Credit those guys. Credit captain.
The field
Last
position
Dave and
battle
Sean?
today, you guys, I don't know how many times they were pinned inside their 20 on punts, and then Khalif had that big return just before halftime that kind of helped you get some points there.
Big time. Fox was outstanding today. I know there was 4 inside the 20. I don't know how many he had inside the 10. I mean, there had to have been, to your point, I mean, they're back there, backed up. That was going to need to be big for us, because we knew those guys were going to lean on the run game. I mean, they almost ran it 40 times. We knew they would. They did it last week. And so I just thought Fox, man, was big time today. He did. He pinned them, and, your defense runs out there and you're backed up. That gives you, it's a pretty good feeling. So it was big for us, the field position. We weren't always able to capitalize, but we were able to enough to win this game.
Dan, you've had several of these kind of wins over the last few years, but not really this season. What can it do for you? Because it feels like it's been part of your identity, in a way.
Yeah, you never know what these can do, and sometimes it's just important to remind yourself of what we're all capable of, even when the chips are down and things get hard. You don't ever forget how to dig in one more time and find a way to lean on each other and do your job. And anytime you can get a win like this, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Because that very easily a number of times could have gone the other way. And we all know it. But it didn't. It didn't. We made the plays we had to make.
Guys, we'll have Jahmyr and Jared in